What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? A little quick look at the chart board here. Not really a chart, but anyway. So basically, this is my first actual live video here on my laptop that I completely, just eluded the fact that it has a camera built into it. So, I've been used to doing my phone, but hopefully this will be a little better quality. I hope you guys can see this. So I didn't really have a real format for today's video, but what I do have is just some simple kind of go over. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Anyway, there we go. So yeah, so if you're looking at this, I'll give you a little close up right here. All right, so on the left you see we have CEI, that is Cambric Energy, and we have what I was talking about last week is LevB over there on the right. So yeah, so if you're on Robinhood at all, and you probably saw these, jumping like crazy. Well, LevB's on everywhere, but CEI should be as well. So basically, I got to ride both of these ways. And if you remember my last video, if you watched it, you actually have LevB we talked about, and you see down here where I have marked my guys. It looks blurry. I'm sorry, guys. You have my buy and my sell, which for me it's a little disappointing because I sold early on this one because I had no idea that it was going to go as high as it did. And if you look at the charts, it went from 305 was a low. I bought it at 310, picked up a couple hundred shares. I sold out at 345. That joker went all the way to 750 on the high for the day. 619 was what it actually, leveled at before it started going down. But it hit a high of 750. That would have literally doubled my money completely and then some. So, it was kind of disappointing, but at the same time, it's like I know I took my profits. I didn't lose anything and I didn't get crazy with it. I should have got a little crazy on this one. What I did with this, I should have done with this. So here's the thing. So CEI bought 1,000 shares, loaded up the other day, 1,000 shares at 20 cents, right? Down here, it was on this nice straight line, and all of a sudden, boop, hit a nice upward here. So it went all the way to 47 and a half ish, roughly. It kind of settled at 45 is when it started coming down. So it actually hit a high of 74, I believe, on that float. I ended up selling at 47.5, and I took a very nice profit on that. I bought it. My total buy-in was like $125, $180, something like that, and I ended up walking off on that one close to 950 bucks. So we had a very nice profit on that. And one thing I did do, what I was just talking about back and forth, was the mistake I made was when it made this dip, I got back in and I ended up knocking myself out $100 because I bought it like here and it was trending up, and then all of a sudden it fell back down. I panic sold because it went all the way down to 34. I sold it at 34. That took out 60 bucks. And I mean, I'm still, very up on my profit wise. And then it started going up again. I was like, oh, okay, here we go. Here we're going back again. Because if you look last year, like 1 year mark, this sucker was at like $3 to $5 a share. And it might still do it. I'm not gonna jump back in it unless I see that sucker cross 55 or 65 cents, because I'm not gonna lose a bunch of money on a whim. You know what I'm saying? So when you buy stupidly and you get reckless with your money and with your investing, you will absolutely get just destroyed. And see, it's leveled right now. So it's either consolidating for people waiting on it to jump so they can, ride the next wave, or it's consolidating because people are like, I'm about to sell off of this crap. So Cambric Energy is kind of revolutioning. It hit a high today of 49, which is what I should have sold it at. But then I rode it and it kept going down and down and down and down. It hit a low of 39 and change, and then now it's kind of steady at 40. So I'm totally not going to buy this again. I might buy one share just to watch it, but I've technically already day traded 3 times on Robinhood, so I'm not using the cash account style because I want to be able to repeatedly buy and sell. And 3 times a week, I mean, dude, for real, that's fine. And you actually have more than that. But you don't want to be marked as a pattern day trader if you don't have the capital you need, to 25 grand to hold in the account. Since you already seen this, I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out of here and erase it. So real quick, I picked up reading again because reading books is probably the best thing for your brain in the age of technology. And I'll say that because, as much as we look at on the internet, if you're not challenging your mind and your brain to do anything, and you're just like, yes, 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 give me, show me, entertain me, it's going to be really bad because you're eventually going to get stupid, and I say that with respect to my opinion because, and again, real quick on the disclaimer, those are not financial advice. This is what I did. You can choose to do it yourself. And I'll talk about my 2 strategies. I'm going to talk about in my ebook as well. I'm writing close to 4 ebooks. I've got 2 pretty much all the way done. My brain jumps around so much, it just kind of, back and forth. So I got to do this, and then I go to this one, and I write more of that one, so on and so forth. So GoPro looks like it's doing good, by the way. I got Robinhood on this other screen. Finally got me a secondary monitor. Shout out to my boy Brian in Mississippi for that. So basically what I'm going to say is that I used to be really smart, in my opinion, and to a lot of people. And I could remember things that I'm 30 now, maybe that's part of it, but I could quote off things that just redundant information that nobody even remembers, but I had that information kind of stored in my head. And when a memory triggers, boom, I got you. But I picked up these 3 books the other day at the library. And I've been doing this for like 4 years now, but I am going to, kind of show you the Beginner's Guide to Investing. This has been a decent book so far. It kind of gives you a brief rundown on kind of like generics of investing in general. I got to these 2 yet because I just checked them out the other day. Smartest investment book you'll ever read. And then Stock Market Rules, 3rd edition. I'll let you guys know what I think of those. I used to hate reading back in school, but my son is 5 years old now. He's in kindergarten. He's starting to read, and it kind of prompted me as like, hey, you know what? You need to lead by example. A buddy of mine used to say that all the time. Of course, elderly people have always said that. But I used to not like reading, but just by breezing through this book, I don't like long books, but these are all fairly short if you look at them. But anyone who loves to read or who can easily read and attain information, these books are like 100 pages, 200 pages. I know some people that can blow through those books in like a day. If I had that much time on my hands, I would absolutely do that. I love that I got this YouTube live thing going. This is cool. So another thing we're going to talk about chart-wise. Oh, and if you follow my Instagram at all, I should have the link there on the side. So again, if you use my Robinhood link, we both get free stock. It is absolutely not a scam. It is not me using you for money. You using me for money. We both get a benefit out of this if you choose to do that. I know there's tons and tons and tons of people sharing the exact same thing on their link, but you're limited to $500 worth anyway. So once it hits a certain point, it's redundant. I just feel like between Robinhood and Webull, Webull's pretty neat. I like Webull. It is this one here. If you don't have it, I'm on airplane mode, so nobody can call me while I'm doing this video. So anyway, you can't see none of my information because I got Wi-Fi off. But Webull, wow, this is super blurry. I can't see anything. Sorry, guys, you can't see that. I'll take off this. Wow, it's even worse. Oh, God. Okay, screw that. Anyway, so Webull and Robinhood, both free trading platforms, both on your phone. It's wonderful because everything you do trade is profit or loss. There's no fees, there's no contract fees, none of that kind of thing when you're trading options. Now, one thing I want to show you guys, if you were paying attention to my Instagram, if you look at it at all. So let me try to see if you can see that there. What is it? This crap. Let me see. Oh, man. I'm about to get used to this anyway. So basically, I have a strangle option contract set up here. And what that is actually buying and selling buying a put and a call at the same time on the same expiration date. And what you're looking for is the stock to stay in a certain place. And I use another trading platform, Interactive Trader, to actually kind of gauge, specifically what I'm looking at. And that platform is, I think it's like $30 a month or $100 a month or something like that. A lot of people use Thinkorswim. I have used Thinkorswim. It is pretty complex, but I didn't want to pay the fees for it all the time. I use a different one that I took with my stock market class I did, and to me it turned out great. I like it. But two things we're looking for strategy-wise. So, like I said, I didn't have a platform in my head for this video, so it's kind of just on the whim. So I've staged up for another market jump on another stock. Again, it's not investment advice, but I feel strongly that I have made a good decision on this one, and I'll soon find out. It has been traveling at a moving average pretty low. It's getting down to the low, and as long as it makes a decent jump, I don't care if it's 5 cents or 20 cents. If it just pops up a little bit, then I will be ecstatic because I picked up 1,500 shares. And what I'm going to say is in this aspect of trading these small stocks, these small cap stocks, penny stocks, whatever you want to call them, it's dangerous for your money because, if you're not paying attention, you will lose your money very quickly. But it is a strategy that I use, and it's the process of, I call it quantity, value, and even number. So the first one is basically, okay, I bought 1,000 shares. What'd you buy 1,000 shares? Well, in the last example was CEI. I bought 1,000 shares of CEI on a constant moving average low. I've seen it pop a couple times back in the years. And around this time, these energy and gas companies and all these other ones jump, right? You can go to a heat map on Yahoo Finance. I think they have one, several other places where you see a heat map of like different sectors that are doing good at certain times. And what you want to look for is something that is doing good consistently every single year at that same time frame, and voila, you're actually going to get pretty much what you're looking for. You just have to have the capital, the money to buy it, and if you want to flip and day trade, that's awesome. Swing trade, flip trade, day trade, whatever you want to call it, it's great. I do it on Robinhood, but I keep myself limited to that 3 mark because it kind of keeps me from going overboard. If you didn't know, currently IGC is popping off pretty nicely. I just sold it in my 401k at 374. It jumped up to 393, and now it trickled back down to 376. But it's a new high and a higher low, and it peaked up again at 385. So there's a probability that will possibly jump back up again and continue to climb because they are now in the beverage group. I might pick up a share when it falls back down, but I don't like buying stocks on new highs because, even if it's about to make a ride, if you choose to do that and you buy a stock on a rise or on a nice jump or rocket move or whatever you want to call it, and the stock just turns around and back and does this because all the people that were holding it or continue to buy it are like, hey, I think it's done. Let's get out of this. And then boom. Next thing you know, the stock plummets from, per se, IGC's at 383. Say it plummets all the way down back to 330 or 320. We bought one share. Who cares? It's 50 cents. If you bought 100 shares, that's going to be a little bit of money. You bought 1,000 shares, that's going to be a big deal. That's going to hurt because at 1,000 shares, every penny is $10, right? And that's what you need to look at. You need to understand that certain amounts of money are very easily utilized to make you a nice profit. The Ford strangle I did, as Ford Motor Company, I did the strangle on it from $10 to $8.50. And so far, as soon as I made the trade, boom, I made $1 right off the bat worth on the contract. And again, contracts is whatever the price you see. Say you're going to call and it's showing, we'll use Ford as an example. Say right now the stock price is at what, $9.20. Where's he at? Let me go there. I love having this 2-screen thing. It's nice. No, that's not Ford Motor Company. Here we go. Okay, so currently stock price at 928. It hit a low today of 923. High today of 933. So that's a decent little spread there. I wanted to continue to do this and continue to go across that way until probably November, and I'll be looking at a good position. So basically, say the stock price is at 927, you feel like the stock price is going to hit $10, maybe even $11. So you go to the little option screen, considering you've applied for options on here. And if you have, and you're an experienced investor, et cetera, you have been approved for certain option strategies and all these things. Because if you're limited to certain things like just calls and puts, you're not going to be able to do a strangle, an iron condor, a straddle, any kind of credit spreads or anything like that, which is basically just buying and selling or both of big price events. So say $12 and then $6. So you're going to stay in between that, and it's going to cost you some money. But at the same time, it's going to net you a possibility of a nice profit. And I use, again, Interactive Traders platform to kind of, measure and gauge those things before I actually make the trade on Robinhood. You cannot see all those things. It just simply tells you what you're doing. And it calls it out. I mean, if you can see my phone, I don't understand why you can't. But again, my Wi-Fi is not on, so I don't want my phone blowing up. But basically, and I queued another one too. I actually queued 2 different strangles. And let's see. Yeah, I canceled that. Okay. So anyway, real quick, back to the point. So say the stock's going to go up to $10. It's at 930 right now. Say the expiration date is November 2nd, right? I know that's one of the strike prices. Say $10 on November 2nd, and it's going to cost you 10 cents. Which is actually times 100, so it's $10, right? So you're going to pay $10 for that contract that's saying by November 2nd, the stock price will be at or above $10. And if it's not, that's going to expire worthless, and you're not going to make any money. You're going to lose your $10. Part of the game, no big deal. However, in between now and November, if that stock price jumps up to $11, that $10 strike price is going to go from 10 cents to like 75 cents or $1.25 or $2.50, which is equivalent to $250, $125. 25 cents would be $25. And you can sell it. Just get out, sell it. You don't have to wait until November. If you're waiting until November on the call, chances are, unless that stock price just makes a serious jump high, to make your option worth a whole lot more than you paid for it, then instead of scalping that money, you're going to lose your money. And I don't understand why anybody would want to do that, because hedging or scalping, whatever you want to call it, is much more profitable in the long run, instead of just buying something and holding it until a certain amount of time. Now you've bought the stock, say one contract, 100 shares, 10 cents. Say the stock price is going to $12 or $13 a share. That 10 cent or $10 option contract that you just bought is probably going to be worth like $10 or maybe even more. And that's a whole lot more than what you paid for it. Like you were talking 10 times your money. So when it comes to options, even numbers, I like to buy contracts. But if I buy a contract that's a simple call or put, I would love to buy an equal number. So 2 or 4 or 10. That way, when I'm buying it, I'm compounding my money. I'm not just getting one contract and it went from 3 cents to 5 cents and I made $2. It's still profit. Don't worry. It's still like 35, 40% profit on that one thing. But guess what? If you'd have bought 10 of those suckers, you would have made a whole lot more money. Now, again, this is what I do. This is not what I think you should do. Control your money the way you should control your money. Don't be stupid. It's always disclaimer this, disclaimer that, but that's because people are stupid and people are always trying to get over somebody, suing somebody because you told me to do this. I did it. I owe some more money. Okay, go cry to your mom. So strategy-wise, equal number. 1,000 shares, 500 shares, 1,500 shares, because then you don't have to worry about the guesswork. You can easily, quickly do math. Like, okay, 10% of 150 is going to be $15. Boom, done, got it. Okay, and then you calculate in your mind. So I cashed out IGC a while ago. I could have went to 390 something. I had a limit sale at 4. It wasn't moving quite as fast as I wanted to. Let's check see what it's at now. It is at 384. So it's going sideways a little bit. So it's a possibility it's going to make another up move, and pending the market, how many people are buying. So 60,000 people have it on Robinhood, and the current volume is the average volume is 2 million, 93 million market cap. For some reason, it does not have the current volume on here, or maybe it doesn't. I'm not seeing it. Hold on. Either way, that's redundant. Yeah, 387. So okay, like I said, it's tilting up right now. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. But I was in a 43% gain. I'm not gonna wait a little longer just to see if I can squeeze out 45 or 47, 50%, whatever. And then all of a sudden, boom, the freaking stock price just, and it's a cannabis related item. It's absolutely going to soar probably in the next month. Um, so I had it in Webull. I bought it at 330. It went back down. I let it just sit there. It's only four shares, because it was just free money at 390. So we're jumping back up. So like I said, it's probably going to go. It could probably go to $4 or $5 now. Now, if I see that sucker shoot to $5, I might just pick it back up just because, even just one share to catch the ride on something. Because I don't want to put too much money at risk on again new highs, because it's always a possibility that it's going to go back down. And if we look at the week chart, new highs 365, 385. Oh, look right there, 383. Now I could have traded my J pattern on this all the way down here when it dropped to 220, and guess what? That's exactly what I did. I actually bought it on Fidelity, and I got rid of it. Nope, I kept it through that market. Went all the way to 281. I kept it. I didn't sell yet, and I bought it and sold it. Yep. So at the week chart, you can actually see like a ladder, like a staircase type format building over here. Let's go to the month. So the month we're up 253%. So that's amazing. 3 months we're up 655%. So yeah, if you held this back in, I remember holding it a couple of times and sold it, and it's very depressing when you hold something that's 40 cents and it turns around and goes to $4. It really makes you kind of upset at yourself. But it's okay. I mean, that's part of trading. You sold it too early, or you missed the ride, or you sold on speculation, you bought on speculation. These things can hurt you bad. But it sounds like I'm saying a lot of negative stuff in this video. But actually, like I said, so starting off equity, I mean, the one I bought 1,500 shares of, like I said, it moved. I bought it at 0.1452. It moved to 0.146. I made $1.20 on like a quarter of a penny. It's not even like an eighth of a penny. It's not even a movement really, and it already made money. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm hoping for a fairly large move. So like last week, it spiked to 16, and it spiked to 16.20. A month ago, it was up in the 23, 24 range, and 3 months ago, it was 30. And at the beginning of 3 months ago, it was at 56. If it goes back to that, I'm gonna make some hell of money on this shit. Excuse my language, sorry, I might have kids watching. There's a lot of motion in this company. So they were founded, let's see when they were 2005. They're founded in Clearwater, Florida is where they're located, 36 employees, 3.39 market cap. Now, if you think about that as speculative traders, a $3.39 million market cap is extremely small. Now, that's either one of two things happening. It's about to build up and just hit some ridiculous pump and dump factor, or the company's collapsing completely. But since it was founded in 2005, 5 years back, we can only see back to 2013, which was $90 a share. It hit an all-time high. 2000. In the last 5 years, it hit $360 a share. Now that'd just be ridiculous. I wouldn't even expect that to happen. I would be extremely happy if that happened, and any other investor would. I see I'm taking on 30 minutes almost. Let's see. So again, 1,500 shares, 1,000 shares, 500 shares, 200 shares, some sort of easily calculatable number, so you can kind of know off the top of your head. Okay, I bought 500 shares at 10% is $50, and just multiply that up, and that's what the profit that you want to take. Say 20% or 30% or 40%. You already know in your mind. Once you see those numbers, boom, get out. I'm done. And that boundary that you give yourself will save you in the long run. Yeah, you might let it ride, let your winners ride. And I should have done that on 11B the other day. Behind hindsight's 2020. If the stock collapsed, I'd have been saying the exact opposite. I'm like, never let your winners run and all these things. And if you have a strong intuition or inclination that the stock is going to continue to just go up and up and up and up and up, that's okay. If you want to do that with your money and risk it, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. You don't have to. Nobody told you to. And it's just something you have to look at. You know, you have to be aware of your situation. If you feel like you're intuitive enough to I got a strong feeling the stock's about to go to like $50 and it was at $4 this morning, and that has happened before. Ride that shit out if you want to. I mean, you know, that's up to you. Um, I mean, just like people were saying, one of the best stocks to buy was Geron. Like I saw it in a couple of notifications. Now this could be an extremely good opportunity to buy this, or an extremely bad opportunity to buy this. It's making a huge downturn. 55% of its share price is gone. It was at $6.23 yesterday. Now that sucker is at 231, and today's low was oh my god, $1.90, $1.75. 71% of its share price gone this morning at 9:30 on the open. What happened? So anybody saying that biotech, so biotech companies are very, very, you know, scary, because what can happen? I mean, they got 1.14 billion dollar market cap is pretty high. Now, what it probably was then was a lot higher, but I mean, you were up 15%, 13% on the week, and then all of a sudden you just lost 70%. If you would have even bought one share at $6, you lost the majority of your $6. I mean, you lost, you know, 70%. That's ridiculous. Let's see. So a lot of these things, see, it tells you it's like Geron stock up more than 200%. This is on Yahoo Finance on the 4th of September, and it's like, is somebody inside, you know, trading this, or what happened? Because it's getting promoted basically on Yahoo Finance. Hey, this stock's up more than 200%, and that's going to magically incline people to, I need to buy it. It's going to shoot up. It's going to rocket there. And they got a picture of the pills with money signs on them, like it's a freaking drug that's going to save the world or something. And they might have one like that. I don't know. I haven't researched anything in this company, but all I can tell you is that by putting it on Yahoo Finance, one of the main places people look and read for information, and it's Zacks Equity Research, September 4th is showing that it's up that percent, and it's like 218% up. Okay, so here's what we can do in 2018 so far. So we're going to go to the year chart, and guess what? The stock price is at 220 1 year ago. Guess where the stock price is at today? It is 231 currently, and that is 1 day before now. So you're looking at literally foreseeing the future by accident. So the stock price went to $6, went all the way back down to $3, went up to $5, went all the way back down to where are we at here? 330, and then it shot all the way up to 630, and it shot all the way back down. You know what I'm saying? So it's very scary on these companies. Now, if you're doing the short ride and scalping like I do a lot of times, and you look for certain patterns you can trade in there, like the J pattern. I love the J pattern. I said just in that 1 year chart, I saw like 4 different ones. Now, currently, you can't really see any pattern because of how it went up and just fell off. Now, this is possibly, if you go to Robinhood and your own cryptos like Ethereum or Bitcoin or any of the ones with that live chat going, first of all, there's a lot of garbage in there. People just talk and talk and talk as far as typing goes. But ultimately, the thing is that this stock could turn around and shoot right back up. You know, we don't know. But until I see a pattern forming to where it's starting to angle that bottom and start to tilt and show an incline back again, I'm not touching that stock. You know, and as far as the quantity goes, when you buy something at 200 or 500 or 1,000 shares, you have such a bigger chance of making some kind of profit. Like I said, I bought in at $180 worth. I ended up cashing out at like $452. So I made a huge profit on that. And guess what? I did the same thing with another stock on the same day, IMPX. And it didn't happen until after CEI already did this. And then IMPX came in behind it and started climbing too. I sold that sucker at 24. As soon as it hit, done. I'm out. Done. Get out of here. Because I haven't seen IMPX over 24 in quite a while. And right now it's at 21. It hit 19 this morning again. And then it jumped back up. So had I bought that dip, I mean, I could have took a solid, you know, went all the way to 22. So that's 2 cents. That's $20. I could have picked up $20 on 1,000 shares, and that's cheap, you know, overall. But that's my one strategy is you have a certain amount of shares quantity wise. If you can afford $3 or $4 or $5 shares and buy 1,000 or 500 of them, okay, you can make even more profit because chances are those stocks are going to jump even more. So 20 or 30 cents per share instead of 3 or 4 or 5 cents a share, and some of them that it's almost like a pump down. It's like, why did this company jump as high as it did and nothing really happened? They didn't come out with any news or anything like that. And that's okay. As I've said in some of my previous videos, ride the wave, but make sure you get out before it crashes. Because that's the last thing you want to be is on the beach board and everything. Um, so, and then my other strategy, the fish hook pattern, of course, and you have to look at things, and at the same time, I should have wrote down this video. Anyway, so basically, it's a mental capacity factor because they got this pill here on Yahoo Finance for German, and let's see, it's called a telomerase inhibitor. Imetelstat is being evaluated in 2-stage studies for patients with MDS and myelofibrosis. The candidate is progressing well in Janssen-sponsored studies. Okay, so in the event that the studies go okay, yeah, this stock could turn around and shoot through the roof. But apparently somebody heard bad news because it's down. It went way down. And the latest chart they have on here from that notification was the price at 573. So the chances of either something negative happen or the people holding the stock in the long haul, when they bought it back at $1.90 or $1.70 or whatever it was, they sold off. They were like $6 a share. I just made 5 times my money on every share. I'm done. I'm out. Let me out of here. So basically, we don't really know what specifically happened, but chances are there's one or two things going to happen on the stock that's being advertised. It's either going to go through the roof temporarily, hit a huge spike, or crash. And the crash effect is you do not want to be on that boat. So let me close this out. Go back over here. So the other thing I was talking about, option strategies in Robinhood. So I've watched a ton of videos just out of curiosity on Robinhood, and I have never seen any video, unless I just need to specifically search for that. I've never seen a video saying that you can make I'm just going to turn my Wi-Fi back on just for a second. I've never seen anybody say a video where you can do options contracts aside from calls and puts. I've never seen it. I haven't heard anybody talk about it or anything. Let's see. I got to figure out a way for that to work. So basically, I'm not going to be able to do it. I really wanted to show you in the video. So basically, here I'll do it this way. So we go to our stock. If you can follow along, say open your Robinhood app, go to whatever you want to trade your options on that you have options for. So I went to Ford Motor Company. All right. There. God, you can't see that at all. This thing must be dirty. Go to trade. All right. Go to trade options. Here we are. So you can kind of see the screen, but use your mind, imagination. So I'll say I want to go and buy a credit spread or straddle on. So they have a dividend paying right around here, so you want to be very careful, because if you get forced back that stock and somebody exercises to get their dividends, you're in trouble. So I plan on scalping absolutely what I have. So we're going to go out to say, we'll go to December. December looks pretty good. So December 21st, I know it's after the third quarter earnings and it's before the fourth quarter earnings. So we're going to be okay here. So I'm going to pick select up here on the top right of your screen if you're looking at your phone. So select, and guess what? Now you can pick multiple contracts. You'll be able to see this on your phone. Sorry, you can't see in the video. So say I want to buy a call. Let's see, $11. So say the stock price is at 926, right? That's a little far out. Let's go back. So let's do an 11 and a 10. And then we're going to all right, let's also sell a call at $9. So it shows we have a 3-option order, and that's not actually any kind of strategy really. That's just a, so let me do this number. Let me take off that, and let me sell a put at 9. Let me go back. Give me a second. Oh. Hold on a second. Bear with me. All right, so I've got an Iron Condor queued up here. Let me take a look at my my option real quick. Totally forgot what I was doing. All right, so this one's staged up. So we're selling, we're buying a put at 850, and we're buying a call at 10. So buying a put and buying a call. Here we go. That's a strangle. Sorry. All right, forward, trade options. We go over to December. All right, so select one. Oh, I still got airplane mode on. No wonder it's not working. All right, short put. There we go. So I've currently got I'm sorry, guys. This is terrible. All right, hold on. I'm so confused right now myself. Because when I was doing strategy, I'm just confused because I'm not looking at a big screen. It's killing me right now. All right, so we bought a $10 call. So let's just do that. So buy a $10 call. Boom, 18 cents. So $18. And my other one, 850 put buy. So we're saying that the stock price is going to go down. So we can't do 850 on here. So we're going to buy a put at, let's go, we'll say it's going to be $9 below. So that is a strangle. You see right there, if you follow exactly what I did. So you bought a call at $10 on the previous screen, and you're buying a put also at $9. You can go ahead and continue. And it's going to pop this bottom screen up here. And it's going to show you what you have. It's going to show your ratios. It's going to show $10 call, $18, $9 put, $37, and your total debit is going to be $55, right? Now what we can do, edit the ratios, we can change the amount of contracts, we can go back, continue, and it's going to tell you this is what you're paying. So one, it's going to cost us $53.50. All right, and now depending on what platform you have to show yourself this option of your max gain loss, et cetera, that's what you need to look at before you do this, because so far there's no way to look at that on here. And you can always go to the little clock, set your expiry for today or never expires, so the order will stay open. So we're going to go back and pick a different one. So let's see. I'm going to put the $8 put instead of the $9 put. Still strangle, and look at that. I just lowered the price dramatically. So know what you're doing. Continue. Say I don't really want to pay that. So let me go to I want to pay 20 cents. Okay, which is $20. So boom, you don't have enough buying power for this. You can deposit $18. So I don't actually have the buying power right now. I got it all locked up in other orders. So basically, that's how you do it right there. So that is a strangle that I just showed you. If you want to do other option strategies, simply you can play with that a little bit. You don't actually have to do anything. I'm going to find out if there's anybody with websites or anything like that already that are on online or Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, whatever, and that may buy and sell in the same day, period. End of story. 9:30 to 4, or considering extended hours, I guess they consider that too. Says it tracks the day trades you made in the last 5 days. So tomorrow being Friday, generally Monday, Tuesday, I'm getting ready to do something. And then Thursday, Friday is when I pretty much hit those day trades if necessary. There's been some that I've done before that have been consistently just boom, 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 and we're good to go. I'm also going long and short at the same time. I should have set it up differently. But it also discounts the price, because a lot of times you can't buy a really expensive call on something that you think is going to be, because a lot of times you want to be in the money or very close to in the money, because if you buy too far out of the money, it is very cheap, but very low probability you're actually going to get anything to happen. Like AMD is a hugely volatile stock. Chip makers represent downside of disruption. Bull trend pauses, S&P 500 holds. These are all things that you'll see on your Robinhood account. If you don't have a Robinhood account, I'll put the link in the description below. Feel free to join. We'll both get a free stock. No big deal. And you'll be able to cash that stock out in 3 days. Sell it first, I'm sorry. And then once the funds settle in about another 3 days, you could actually just cash that $3 or $4 or $5, $10, $20, whatever stock you got out, and you'll be good to go. Like, you don't even have to continue doing what you're doing. This is a trade account, so of course you'll have to link a bank account to it. You'll have to put your social security number in there for IRS purposes. If you made $20 billion, then they're going to track you somehow, right? So thanks for watching. If you're tuning into this video, I didn't have any viewers live. This is my first live video. Nobody even probably knew I was doing it. No worries. So hopefully this in some form or fashion was helpful to some people. If not, again, quick touch. Read some books. Get your mind going. Beginner's Guide to Investing. Decent book so far. These are all pretty short. Smart investment book you'll ever read. Smart book you'll ever read. And Stock Market Rules. In addition to those, for my guys at work that tune in this video, I also have these A&P books right over here for A&P license. So I have so many things that I do in my life. I can't believe I had this time to even make this video right now, as long as I did. Thank you so much for watching. Again, it's not investment advice. Disclaimer. Spend your money like you don't have it, basically. Don't lose money. Don't invest money you don't have to lose. Don't invest your house payment or your mortgage or any kind of stuff like that. Be smart. Work small. Have a goal. My first goal was to make $1,000. I made $1,000 yesterday. Then, of course, acting stupid by continually trying to make more on the same thing that was steadily falling down. I basically did this. That's basically what happened. I'm only down 150 if you want to calculate out. I'm sorry, 200. We'll call it 200 because I was at 1,070 and then buying and selling. Missed out on just fear of missing out factor. Don't do that. Don't do it. It's very stupid. It's a very, very poor investment strategy. I was about to say, IGC done went crazy. Wrong screen. So 397. Okay, like I said, IGC is steadily going up. It hit 393, settled back down, and now it's back to 399. It's about to cross the $4 mark. Anybody tuned into getting any IGC? It may or may not fly. I mean, heck, we saw Tilray go from $100 to $300. That was definitely a fear of missing out factor. I bought 2 shares at 220. Them suckers went all the way down to 130, and I sold them out, and then they kept going down. Don't do that to yourself. Let's see what Tilray's at today. At least back to 129. Went up to 132, settled off. But yeah, it was chilling around 116. So this may be one of those possibilities that's about to get pumped up again. It is a medical cannabis cannabinoid company. Aurora Cannabis Company is quote unquote Berkshire Hathaway of cannabis. So that could be funny. If you don't have any of those, you might want to pick some up. According to these, reviews and whatnot. Amarin and Squarespace. Amarin is making big moves. It's another biotech company. And Amarin is chilling over here at not Amazon. 1443. It's making new highs. And it went up a week ago. It was way down to $3 and boom, $10. Just like that. Now it's steadily consolidating across, so it may have a very nice incline going here. I might pick up a couple shares of that. So 1 year charts, boom. So its average was about $2 to $3, $4. And its highest before, it looks like 5 years ago at $7, and now it's double that. So that's awesome. So Amarin could be a good company to buy into. Might get an option on. Let's see what options are available real quick while we're about to finish this video up. So share price 1438. So per se, you could buy a short call for $16 at 4 cents, so $4 per contract. And in the event you wanted to do that, or you could go, hey, I feel like it's going to go even further than that. So you could go out here to say, if you're buying a call, The recommendation I was taught and read is 4 months. So you're not going to catch 4 months before the end of the year. So I'd recommend going to at least January, possibly March, and look how expensive they get. So apparently there's a heavy projection based on the price incline. So just a $15 call is going to cost you $343. And you'll be super in the money if you get that. And percent changes up 13%. Your break even has to increase 27% on the price. Your break even price will be $18.43. So you're telling me that just for the stock price to hit $15, it has to go to $18.50 almost just for you to break even. That's crazy. So otherwise, we scroll up a little higher and look at this. So apparently in March, they're expecting this stock to be pretty high because it's $86 just to get a $27 strike, which is double the price and then some right now. And that's just, well, not double, almost double. And that's just crazy. It has to go up 93% just to break even. So let's tune this back to January and see what happens. A little cheaper, $54 the cheapest one, but that's so far out of the money. It's crazy. Let's go November 2nd, a little shorter term here. And nope, they're expecting some serious movement on this stock price, in my opinion, because these things are so expensive. So buying a call, the lowest range you're really going to get into that you would probably want to get into is like a $17 strike price at $50. And the price is going to have to go to $17.50, which from the looks of it doesn't look like it's going to be very difficult. But if you want to do a strangle on that, or a credit spread to where you could be somewhere between 19 and 16, that might be a good idea if you buy both those calls. Because say it didn't go to 19, that's worthless, but you're well above 16, then it could be great. Get a nice turnout. Now, granted, you're going to pay that debit up front, but that's October 19th, so that's only about 23 days away. So October 26th, give you a little further. But then again, this is combating your rules. So any Vegas style options buying is not recommended because the strike prices are lower, your prices are lower. But see, October 5th, that's about a week and a half away. You're looking very cheap. $18. So a week time, it's going to cost you $10 to catch an $18 strike. But the price has to go over $18.10 just for you to even break even. And it's going to cost you $10. No big deal, because you subtract your buy-in from the actual price. Now, what you can do is edit this. So you don't want to pay, say you want one contract, and there's actually a spread from 8 cents to 12 cents, so $8 to $12. So you want to get an 8, good for the day, or it never expires, and review that order. Say you feel like that price was going to jump up to $18. And these other ones, you can do the same thing. A lot of people buy even numbers. Remember that. Not many people are going to buy $17 or $15. The only reason they get $15 mostly is because it's so close to the actual strike price. To the actual stock price. And now we're at $14.50. This whole thing just shifted. It's at $15 now. Is your first strike, and everything just got more expensive. So I'm actually going to cancel an order and go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and buy one of these options. I'll do it right now. Let's knock out these limit orders. I've got this limit to buy these 1,000 shares. So let it be. I was going to buy it the other day, but I knew it was too good to be true. So it went all the way down from, it was at 523 still and stayed there, and it's dropped all the way down this morning at 348. And now it's consolidating at 370-ish. And I feel like it's going to keep going back down. So I'm going to, I'll leave that in place. Just in case Level Brands decides to pick up. IMPX, this is my other one. This is 1,500 shares at 12 cents. And we're going to go ahead and cancel this because right now the price is nowhere near there. So we're gonna be all right with that. So now that I've freed up an additional $200 in capital, let's go ahead and pick up one of these contracts. So since the price has moved, review order. All right. You're paying $8. So again, 8 cents is $8 for the right to buy 100 shares of Ameren for $18 per share by October 5th. If Ameren aren't 18 or higher on October 5th, this option will expire worthless. You have to understand what you're doing. All right, because I'm not going to hold this until October 5th. I'm going to really, really hope that this price continues to just continue inclining It's at 14.57. It's already been up from 13 something this morning, and it's like, hey, you know what? I don't want to pay 8, so let me just drop it just in case the price goes back down. That's going to make theta time even more against you, but even more kind of sort of in your side, because if you change cancel that, say, I don't want to pay $8, I want to pay $5, super low risk review order. It's going to cost you $5 to get that one contract, which is currently worth 10 cents. So in the event that it drops and turns around and shoots right back up, you just doubled your money. So $5 to $10, yeah, you doubled your money. Now, if you had 3 or 4 or 5, 10 contracts, that's a whole lot more money. However, you want to be very careful with that, because if the stock price suddenly just plummets back down and it takes a week and a half to get back up to anywhere near that level, you're not going to make any money. This $15 strike price, which is a high probability that it can happen, it's just too far away. It's way, way down. So you're looking at $64 is what's going to cost you to get in just at a $15 strike. So I'm going to submit this $5 limit order. Confirm that to me. Oh, one more thing I want to talk about real quick. Let this order go through and we'll be good. This is completely off topic of stocks and all these things. Let's see. So far, so good. See, Journe's down 63.7% to 230. And just think, there were people recommending buying that yesterday. So done. So we got one contract in there. There's a high probability that it's not even going to get filled. October 5th is the next 2 weeks away. If it gets filled, it'll just be because the brokerage wants to take my $5. But I'm not stunned that, because it's not that big of a deal. I'm still up $400 profit. Now, what you do not want to do is what I kind of do sometimes. Hey, it's all profit. I'm not really losing anything. No. When you build your money up and you're steadily profitable and you continue to climb your goals and you meet your different money making areas. So I'm at 1,000. I'm at my goal. 1079 is what I had, but now I'm down to 872, and it's not okay. I need to be back up. So I'm doing what I can very meticulously. I'm not just throwing money in different places. I'm meticulously putting money in certain areas that are going to net me a benefit. And even if it's $1 profit, guess what? Robinhood, there's no fee, so that's even better. So I don't have to worry about it. But the one thing I want to talk to you guys about real fast, I know it's a super long video. It's an hour. I can't believe it's been an hour. I got to go get my kids soon. It's called bitmining.zone. All right. It's been live for 306 days. It was built in November 25th, 2017. I have gotten a response. It shows their chat is offline, but you can send a message to them and they will let's go ahead and send another message to see if this person remembers that it was me that actually sent this message the other day. Message sent successfully. So log in. So check this out. I put $50 into this back in December. And then I've continually reinvested the earnings. So listen to this. When it sounds too good to be true, the chances are it's too good to be true. But I'm going to give it till November, the end of November, to find out if I'm able to withdraw this or not. So my currently earned total is 3.99 Bitcoins. So I literally have $24,000 sitting right here in this account, supposedly. My active deposit is still 1.78 Bitcoin. My account balance currently is 2.36 Bitcoin. So if I go to withdraw, it shows that I have 2.25 Bitcoin to withdraw. Now, again, this is one of those high yield profit type websites, but I got in maybe early on, so maybe my account's still one of the ones that gets the reward from the Ponzi's, right? And that's what everybody's saying is a Ponzi scheme, whatever. So how to activate your account withdrawal system and bonus income. So one thing you got to know is that it's from the UK. There are some typos on here, incomplete sentence wise, but I mean, that could be cultural differences. Sometimes you can't really blame that, but the website looks fairly legit overall. I mean, it automatically logs you out after a certain amount of time. I mean, you can find all your information. When you forget your password, it automatically prompts you with a new password. I mean, there's a lot of things on that like real websites do. Now, granted, I'm not a coder, but some of these things seem kind of a little far-fetched for it to be fake and do all that stuff. However, a lot of people that talk trash about these just don't do it because it says you have to deposit something to withdraw. And it makes sense, but it can also be a security measure. If you're going to withdraw bonus earnings with Bitcoin, first of all, you have to deposit a minimum 0.011 Bitcoin from your external wallet for activation account withdrawal system. There's no commas in there, or for activation of the account withdrawal system. None of that's actually there. So it could be, okay, so you're sending this amount from your external wallet, and I've been ripped off by $150 worth of another scam, and it was on Instagram. It was one of the, oh yeah, I never got a response back from the people, but this person actually responded to me when I emailed them and asked them how to withdraw. So I'm going to find out if they'll do it again. But it tells you to deposit 0.011, and the guy literally, or whoever it is, gave me specific instructions on how to deposit correctly in order to activate the withdrawal system. So if I go over here, let me find it real quick. Okay, I'm gonna jump to my email. And MJRX is getting a lot of pump up from the Wolf of Penny stocks. I keep getting notifications from them. I need to check it out and just see what it's about. A lot of times, by the time you've gotten those notifications, the price has already been pumped up, and by the time you buy, you're going to get destroyed. So be careful with those if that's what you use. I really hope you guys can hear me. I haven't even thought about the here it is. I haven't even thought about the audio quality on this thing, and I'm going to make sure I clean this screen next time. Okay, so I asked. So here's my question. How exactly do I withdraw? Where do I deposit to activate my withdrawal system? How long is the withdrawal system active? How much can I withdraw? Hello. For activation bonus earning withdrawal, you have to deposit a minimum of 0.011 Bitcoin. For success deposit, please do exactly. So there's a lot of incomplete sentences here. So is this a person who's slightly illiterate, or somebody who's just typing really freaking fast, or is it a robot responding? We don't know. But when you type in Bitmining Zone, a lot of times it pops up. First thing you see is like scam, but that could be Google sending me back the same thing I've already searched, algorithms and all that stuff. So it tells you specifically, go to your account, press the deposit button, choose startup bonus plan, enter your deposit amount, minimum 0.011 Bitcoin, choose payment system, example, spend funds from Bitcoin, which is your Bitcoin and your external wallet. Press spend button, copy the generated address, the deposit address, go to your wallet and send deposit funds to the generated address. Minimum withdrawal, $5. You can withdraw any funds from your account earned balance. All withdrawals instantly. Best regards, Bitmining Zone Limited. Now that's either a crock of shit, let's be honest, or it's the specific steps to send the money. Now, if you send it to the wrong address, it's cryptocurrency, so you're going to lose it anyway. So maybe they're like, okay, you're going to send me money for free. Ta-da! You just got ripped off. Apparently that's what's happening to a lot of people. And now I have been subject to one of those. I can't remember the name of it. It was on Instagram. Shop Zorro, that's what it was. Matter of fact, I can type that in right here on Google, and it comes right up. Shop Zorro US, double your Bitcoins, Bitcoin doubler. I never, ever got a response from these people. And they're over here, double your Bitcoin investment, 100% safe, accurate payment, other cryptocurrencies, 15% affiliates, for commission. Somebody's chatting to me already. Site supported by JS Coin. But continuing, you agree to donate surplus resources. This will not impact your browsing experience. No, I do not want to do that. Yeah, it's called Bitcoins Unlimited. And it's funny because I can see the exact freaking address I sent this to in the blockchain. And I never got a response. It says, with us, you can double your Bitcoins, Ethereum, Litecoins, Ripple, Dogecoin, and others. Click buttons above to start doubling. If you want to double something else, please contact us or use the live chat on the website. It is very easy to start doubling your investment with us. All our process takes from 6 to 72 hours. It depends on the size of your deposit and speed of our servers. After completion, you will receive your doubled amount on your wallet provided. Hello, my name is Selma. How can I help you today? I am curious to why I never received. If you need assistance, please let us know. We're available on live chat. Thanks. I'm curious to know. I'm curious to know, why I never received my double Bitcoin. I can send you suckers the exact crypto address that I sent my money to from Binance, and let's just see while we're live. Let's see what we get. Someone Madej is typing. Let's see what someone says. We need your information so we can check, such as when you invested, how much, your email, your Bitcoin address. What is when I invested? Oh boy, let's go see when I invested. I emailed this to them specifically. Let's see. Where you at? My Kavanaugh. Oh gosh. Let me type that. There we go. Reply double. So I had somebody named Michael Simpson reply to me. Let's see. Okay, your TX ID investment date and Bitcoin address. Let's find out if this person like randomly gets offline or something after I send all this information. All right, Bitcoin address. I even put on the blockchain a request for payment from these people. So copy. Let me go on and put this here. Well, let me be nice about it. On 4/9 and never received anything back. Sent address was my receiving address for Bitcoin and Binance was this. My sending, let's see. All right, let's go to Binance real quick. They want to play game. Let's do it now. Let's do it now. All right. I'm acting like I'm talking to somebody over here. All right, Binance. Log it in or what? All right, Google 2FA. Slide this puzzle piece in place. Let me let this person know from your wallet. All right. Okay, let's see. Funds, orders, withdrawals. Withdrawals, here we go. So. Bitcoin. Really? All right, let's see. Let's see, withdraw. Oh, there it is. I found you. There it is. Hey, maybe by accidentally being on this video, I'll get my money back. Because theoretically, they owe me like $300. And if it's been doubling this long, it's probably what, 20 grand? All right. Send that from Binance. Let me go on and check my Bitcoin deposit address before I get screwed over here. And they try to send me some money that they can't send to. You guys are awesome for if you're even still watching this video. I just want to find out if this, I mean, heck, I can just get my $300 back. I'll be one happy camera. See, $130 thing, I don't even care. I just want some of my money back. See, trade, deposit, withdraw, deposit. It's going to be, that is still the current address. Let me go. Uh-oh. Where'd the chat go, son? What? Man, look at that. Look at that right there. Look at that. Wow. We were talking, and I sent that information. Oh, he's from the U.S. Pew. Blah, blah. Done. Man, this is crap, man. What a load of crap. Because I know good and well I just sent that address over there. See, I don't have any Bitcoin in there in Binance, so I'm not worried about getting hacked or anything like that. Plus, they got to have the 2FA and all these other things. So, contact. Here we go. Let's see the live. What happened to the live chat? They magically went offline? Man. Yeah, that's what I thought. 178 Catherine Road, London, United Kingdom. Man, what a joke, man. Refresh. See if that little chat box pops back up. Man. They show all these payouts on here, boy, but they ain't paying nobody. They ain't paying me. This stuff is either fraud or I don't know what it is, but it ain't real. That's for damn sure. See, and you can't really narrow the time because when I went looking for it, I found where they sent it. So total paid Bitcoin, total invested Bitcoin. So supposedly people invested 432 worth and they paid out 498. So if you're doubling the amount that's put in, how was the payout only 598? Should it not be all double? Interesting. Let's go transactions. Transactions last 90 days, 60 days, freelance person want to invest, blah, blah, blah. Huh. Yeah, it's a fake, man. That's all it is. Enter your Bitcoin address. Paste. Send Bitcoins to this address. Look at this. Please don't close the page until you've made your deposit so you can be added to system successfully. Your Bitcoin address successfully created and address for payment is generated for your investment. So I can see on the blockchain finder where this thing went completely through. Make your first deposit. Minimum, max, 3 Bitcoins. Track your investment daily. Go to the dashboard. What is this? Chat box? I just want to know why the lady disappeared, man. I'm just trying to get my money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's do this. Let's go back. Let's Google this sucker. Go back to Shop Zorro. Let's see if I can get a different. Let's see. Here we go. They got a shopzorro.us. Double your Bitcoin in 20 hours. They got a shopzorro.net. What are all about it? ShopZorro is a live Bitcoin investment platform to provide you grow, not growth, grow of your Bitcoin investment. ShopZorro taking only 24 hours to double your Bitcoin investment. Man, this ain't a crock of shit. I don't know what it is. Bunch of rip-offs, dude. Scam artists like this should be tied to a tree and just like knocked out. I mean, this is crazy. Look at ShopZorro. All right, let's go back one more time. Oh, y'all, it was a scam. I knew that was a scam. They were here ripping people off on Instagram and everywhere else. And they got like 5 different websites. They just in a search. Got shopzorro.us, shopzorro.net, bittrust.org, shopzorro. I mean, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. So let's see. I don't want to continue. Close and get out of my face. Let's see. Oh, man, that's crazy, man. As soon as I sent my address to them, I was like, yo, I didn't get my money. The chat box magically closed. I don't hear any more. Bings. You know, if y'all heard that a little early in the video. So I think it's gonna do it, man. Thank you for watching. Yeah, I got all the proof on blockchain. If they ever find a way to crack down on people who steal cryptocurrency, people like this in this fashion. I mean, you're sending it to them freely, so theoretically it's your fault. But at the same time, it just goes to show it's all scams. You know, you can scam somebody with anything, but with cryptocurrency, it's a lot easier because people are so desperate because nobody really knows, you know, what's going on. But yeah, ShopZorro is a complete fraud. I go in here, I send the lady the address, the text ID that she wanted. Sarah Madesh, whoever that was, probably not even a real name, or not the person anyway. It's probably a fake person. And as soon as I responded with the address that it came from, done. Magically, the chat goes away. You know, I never ever got my double Bitcoins back. And I was so not desperate, but I mean, it's all profit. It was like $150. I had made $400 in profit. I sent over about 125 worth of Bitcoin at the time. And it just, I got taken for the okie doke. That's all it was. I should have sent like $10, not 130. And Binance, you know, I love using Binance, but yeah. So Bitcoin transactions, ShopZorro, complete fraud. Don't use it. Don't send your money. Don't be an idiot. You're not going to double your Bitcoins in 24 hours. High frequency trading can do that for you if you're able to, if you have that much money that you can do that with, but it's absolutely fake. Let's see. So also with that stuff. So bitmining.zone is the other one I'm talking about that also I believe is a complete fraud. The account, I mean, it looks pretty legit. You know, when you forget your password, you get to, you know, reset it. You know, they send you prompts from your email. They send you a notification to your email every time that you've done something with your account. I mean, it could just be an automated code thing that happens. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not a coder, but if I had to guess. So my total earned Bitcoin is 4. I got 4 Bitcoins in here. So $6,500 a pop. So I've got, you know, $24,000, $25,000, $26,000 in there, supposedly. And account balance is 2.36. Active deposit 1.78. My total earned is 4 Bitcoins. So once all my year contracts expire and the system here for what it's saying, I should be able to withdraw however much Bitcoins it made. So at this rapid compounding rate, I've already got 2.24 Bitcoins earned in the last 2 weeks from where I redeposited my earnings again and continually to do that. So it can be one of those pipe dream hopes that I could just send 0.01 Bitcoins over here and magically have $1 million in like another, 7 months, according to the rate that this is going. So I find it really hard to believe anybody's going to send anybody a payout of anywhere near that kind of money. Now, if you're like, hey, pay you, you invest a Bitcoin, we'll give you $50 a day. Sure, they could probably manage that, but it's a little ridiculous. So I currently have 2.24 Bitcoins to withdraw, and when you go to, of course, we'll do this comment, would like to withdraw. Let's see. Request. This is what happens. Withdrawal function will be able after a deposit. You have to deposit from your external wallet minimum 0.011 Bitcoin for activation account withdrawal system. So again, this is likely complete fraud, just like the other one. I mean, I sent my initial $50 way back when in December 2017, and it's currently worth 4 Bitcoins now, which is, if it was legit, man, I could turn so many people onto this that it'd be unreal, and they would actually make a ton of money. But chances are it is a Ponzi scheme. And November 30th, 2018, they have to turn in a first initial statement. So there's one of two things going to happen. This website is going to completely disappear off the internet, and as the web browser not found, et cetera, or it'll remain here and it'll start glitching. You'll never get responses. The website will be abandoned. But supposedly it's a registered business in the UK when you go to look up on their little website and all this stuff. So it's kind of funny, but at the same time, when it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. That's all there is to it. It's a simple understanding. And back to stocks now. Global Health Clinics, MJRX is the stock price, not stock price, stock strike, striker, ticker symbol. There we go. Explosive ground floor opportunity. They give you all these different options and stuff to invest in these companies. So let's check out MJRX. Let's just see. Let's go here. Fidelity. MJRX. And like I said earlier in the video, that chances are when they are promoting these stocks, the chance of them actually being anything are going to be slightly low, because it's probably not even a real company. MJRFX, BlackRock, Midcap Dividend. So it's not even on. I can't even get it on Fidelity. I think it said it was a Canadian only. MJ. There's so many cannabis companies popping up. You got to be very careful if you invest in those. So I did buy into the Alternative Harvest ETF fund, ETF MJ. So it's Snapshot MJ seems to be the main ticker. So it's kind of categorized. When you look at the holdings, they got massive returns for just the year to date. It's 20%, and then 26 weeks, 36%, 13 weeks, 38%, and 4 weeks, 14%. They were upgraded 3.6 out of 10. Let's see. Oh, these are analyst options. Okay, so hold on one second. I think I have. See stock balance, central counter supply. We don't really want to see what stocks they don't hold. Here we go. Total basket holdings. Check this out. So if you're still watching, I'll see I got one watcher. Thank you for watching. I don't know who it is, but thank you. So their total basket holdings, they're going 34 long. So you have Canopy Growth Corp, ticker symbol WEED, Aurora Cannabis, one of the big ones. They claim it's Berkshire Hathaway of cannabis now. Cronos, another big one. 8% of this holding is cash. GW Pharmaceuticals is also there. CanTrust Holdings, I don't have that one. Hexo Corp, don't have that. Green Organic Dutchman Holdings, don't have that. Tilray hadn't sold it. Emerald Health Therapeutics. So they have all these in. I guess they have more. Let's see. View all. So I guess they're just buying more and more as they go, and that makes sense, because cannabis is going to be extremely, extremely popular. As soon as the Fed lets go of the rein, I mean, it's gonna blow out. There's a lot of cannabis stocks in here. So Altria, I've had that before. See, a lot of the main ones that I've actually traded: Tilray, GW Pharmaceuticals, Cronos, Aurora Cannabis, Canopy Growth. I've held Aurora Cannabis, Cronos for a long time, and then I got rid of it. But the total weight is in Canopy Growth Corp, which is one of the strongest ones at 10% weight of the whole fund. And I picked up, I think 15 or 20 of these in my 401k just kind of to hold on, see what happens with it, but you got to be careful with cannabis stocks because everybody's going to be changing their company name to reflect some sort of cannabis or anything like that, and people are going to buy it just crazily. There's going to be mad people buying the stuff for no reason. Like GW Pharmaceuticals is up 6% from the other day. Let's see, or today rather. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've got 15 of the NJ Alternative Harvest. A lot of these cannabis companies I loaded up just because I know October is going to be big for Canada. It's going to reflect and ripple. I call it a ripple effect coming through, the United States. So once that happens, these things are going to start popping off. Tons of millionaires have already been made just off the small jumps that some of these companies have made. When a stock goes from, like IGC went from 40 cents to $4, that's just crazy. I'm actually going to go back and buy this if we drop down. Let's see. Let's pull back in. But yeah, see, it reached $4. It's already hit 433 as a high today. So I could have held out a little longer on that. Company announced a move into CBD drink segment. CBD is wonderful anyway for a lot of people, but being that it's in drinks, easy to buy, easy to take in. You don't have to smoke it, you don't have to eat it, you don't have to do anything, you just drink it. And that's going to help a lot of people out, with different, cancers and stuff like that, most likely. At least ease the pain for the most part. There's a difference in CBD from marijuana and CBD from hemp oil. One has a lot of THC from marijuana. Hemp does not, has a lot of CBD oil. So depending on what kind of strain type they're using, that's going to make a big difference. Wolf and Penny stocks is one of those hypers that I use. One of the pump and dump schemes. I call it a scheme. You can make some good money on it, as I've said in some of my old videos. But overall, it's just if you don't get in. But yeah, Canadian only NJRX. I'm sorry, I should have read that a while ago. They're promoting it like crazy, but IPO style cannabis alert. So until it's able to be traded on the OTC markets, at least in America, not many people are going to buy that unless they have a Canadian account. But then you got to worry about mad taxes and stuff. So, so I bet money's on it. If you're not on the website for long enough, it'll actually close you out of the site. Robinhood's looking good. Let's see. Let's try to shop Zoro one more time just to see if that chat box pops back up, and I'll be like, "What happened? I was just talking to you." Double your Bitcoins in 4 to 72 hours. You're gonna double how much you put in there. What a crock of shit. Anyway, I fell for it, so no big deal. But that was months and months ago. That's all for today's video. This crap's an hour and a half long. Thank you so much for watching, anybody. I see my one viewer over here. I don't know if I can I even click on that? Let's see. Nope, can't see who it is. It's all good. Thank you so much for watching. Chat replay is not available. Oh, look at chat. Thank you for joining. All right. If you're wondering about the Abacare shirt, yes, I do distribute Abacare products. Very, very rarely, mainly just for myself. Very nice drink. It's definitely coming back. I've got to get some more bottles ordered up here, and we'll get all that stuff underway. And I'll have the next brew hopefully in a few months. The ebooks I'm writing should have everything ready in November, as I said, of this year. So be able to get those on probably Amazon ebooks or one of the other ebook sites, or I'll have a direct link likely on the Facebook page. But thanks for tuning in. Got any questions? Feel free to throw a comment. I'll put the Robinhood link in the description below. Like I said, it's a free stock. I get a free stock, you get a free stock, whatever, unless you already have an account. Trading options, you can actually trade additional option strategies on Robinhood besides just calls and puts. You can actually, it'll actually come up and tell you it's an iron condor or a credit spread or a bull call spread or whatever, strangle straddles, etc. And I personally like strangles and straddles. They're probably my favorite because if you can design it and you can see how you're designing it on a different platform, if you can see how you're designing it, you can actually see to net your benefits from, if the stock price has stayed in this range for such a long time. That's how you'll see a lot of these people talk about how I can make this trade and make $1,500 in 10 seconds or 15 seconds, some crazy crap like that. Chances are they're either selling a put or they're doing a strangle straddle, something like that, that's enabling them to get a credit off of the current thing they're selling, and options. And what that is that once they get it, the credit is theirs, but it's not theirs until the option's closed. So upon expiration, say it expires worthless, boom, they keep that credit. There you go. Trading Amazon, Facebook, any of these huge stocks that are staying very stagnant where they are, or up. Up is always good, but depending on the option contract you picked. Now, obviously, if it's call, spread, or something like that, then you're doing great. That's going to be all. I don't want to ramble on too much. It's already been an hour and a half. Thank you so much for watching. Whoever that one watching was, thank you. You guys have a good one.